Please, can we just clear the road? Now to start. Without much ado, please permit me to introduce to you our council member here present, principal officers, the former acting rector. The procession is here and is being led by the registrar and by extension the secretary to the governing council in person of Alhaji S.A. Rafiu, followed by Dr. Mrs. ADUKE, ABOYADE, and the next the representative of the rector today, and is no other person than the Polytechnic Librarian, in person of Dr. Muftau Akurede Diaolu. You are all welcome. Yeah, the former acting rector, Engineer Dr. Joseph Olawole Petinri, you are welcome. Management Committee, Deans of Schools, Directors, Heads of Departments, Forum of Chief Lecturers, Unit Heads, Inaugural Committee members under the able leadership of Dr. Samson Oluga, all members of staff, Dr. A.O. Ojo, Deputy Rector of Academics, standing for the Rector, the Federal Polytechnic ABOYADE Ogbomoso, Dr. S.O. Oguniyi, Polytechnic Liberia, the Federal Polytechnic ABOYADE Ogbomoso. Our man behind the console, the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Third stanza to serve as the national prayer. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed. The school anthem.
We are the first among the cross, raising with all us to change the world, leading the way to all our success. For knowledge, skills, and character we stand, faithfully ahead. So dear to my heart are you, arise and take your place. You are the best, faithfully ahead.
With the kind permission of the standing in for the rector today, please be seated.
Let me send a song for you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in the interim permit me to continue with the introduction of the creme de la creme maize, and I have the singular honor and privilege to introduce to you the Vice Chancellor, Ekiti State University, ADUKE, Professor Joseph B. Ayodele. Please, let's appreciate him. Next on the list is Professor W.O. Adebayo, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration. Let's appreciate him. Next on the list is Professor M.O. Oke, DVC, Development. Let's appreciate him, please. Next on the list is Architect Joel and Mrs. Adekeye from Uni Ilorin. Then, while we are expecting our royal monarch, but let me mention the name now, the Oloro of Oruago, His Royal Highness Oba Johnson Olariwaju Dada from Kwara State. Eshika BSO, you don't clap, please. Eshika BSO. Next is Nawaz Exo and Lautek Witted and Nigeria Library Association Abuja branch. Dr. W.A. Aboyade, that is the spouse. Retired Captain Akewu. Let's appreciate our daddy. Let me go back again. Dr. W.O. Aboyade. You are welcome, sir. Let's appreciate our. Likewise, that means we have retired Captain Akewu Kereke. Please, let's appreciate our captain. Likewise, we have in our midst Ekiti State University Stars, Lautet Ogumoso Stars, Professor Adeleke, former DVC General. Nigeria Library Association Chapter, Nigeria Library Association Ekiti State Chapter, Nigeria Library Association Oyo State Chapter, Professor Ebijuwa, University Librarian Laute, Professor Justice Laute, Professor Ojo Awo Laute, all churches, First Equa Faculty, Professor Arowo Shoge, Chief Akoni Books, Professor Stella, Uni Ilorin, Professor Oneka, University of Ibadan, Avenia Abdulaziz Olatuboson, ASU, EXO, HOD, LIS, Deans, that is Federal Polytechnic here, Mrs. Abata Ebire, entire Ileolu family of Oruago, Kwara State, entire Aboyade's family, Ilobu, Mr. Ruben Aboyade, you are all welcome. Of the greatest Nigeria student, ever conscious Nigeria student, never be intimidated Nigeria students, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. With the kind permission of the standing in for the rector once again, permit me to invite to the podium the Polytechnic orator for the reading of citation of the lecturer. Welcome.
Standing on the already existing protocol, I'm Dr. Mrs. C. Oyelekon from the Department of Languages, Federal Polytechnic, Ede. I'm privileged this morning to read the citation of the inaugural lecturer of today, Dr. MODUPE ADUKE ABOYADE, Fellow Nigerian Library Association, FMPD, DLS, BLS, ABU, MLAIS, PGDE, and PhD, University of Ibadan. Dr. Mrs. MODUPE ADUKE ABOYADE, a distinguished fellow of Nigerian Library Association, was born in Oruago, Ifelodun local government area of Kwara State. She bagged a FNLA, she bagged a diploma in library and information science in the year 1983, as well as a Bachelor of Library and Information Science 1990 from MODUPE University, Zaria. She had a Master of Library, Archival and Information Studies in 1994, a Postgraduate Diploma in Education, PGDE 1998, and Doctor of Philosophy 2016 from the University of Ibadan, respectively. Dr. Mrs. ABOYADE, a seasoned librarian known for her unwavering commitment to literacy, community engagement, and a transformative power of information, access her over 30 years of dedicated service in the library, archival, and information world. She has dedicated and established herself as a passionate advocate of inclusive library sciences. In her career journey, MODUPE ADUKE has led numerous initiatives aimed at bridging the digital divide, implementing early literacy programs for unreserved communities, and preserving culture, custom, and community legacy through carefully curated archival projects. Our leadership roles included pioneering head of libraries, being first female library in many positions, and countless lead roles in library administration and high level in staff and users welfare. Can we appreciate it? Among her peers, MODUPE is particularly admired for her deep knowledge of library science, her immunity, calmness at work, ability to connect colleagues, and weathering the digital resources landscape. She approaches her task with professionalism, compassion, and an enduring belief in the library as the cornerstone of learning, complementing learning to achieve learning outcomes. Dr. MODUPE ADUKE remains an active member of the Nigerian Library Association. Frequently, MODUPE ADUKE has more than 50 publications consisting of chapters in books and journal articles. To her credit, she has authored 5 textbooks popular in the library and information science, highly rated publishing outlets in Nigeria and abroad. Equally, most of these articles are cited in Google Scholar. She has participated in several conferences and workshops within Nigeria and outside the shore of Nigeria. As a seasoned scholar, she has traveled to many parts of Nigeria and countries like Ghana, London, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jerusalem, Ethiopia, Singapore, and so many other places to present papers at conferences, workshops, and seminars, as evidenced by her numerous articles in peer-reviewed journals, conference proceedings, and chapters in books. She has served as external examiner and assessor of several tertiary institutions, including the University of Ilorin, Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Owo, College of Agriculture, Iguora, the Federal Polytechnic, Ilaro, and the Federal Polytechnic, ADUKE, as well as Federal Polytechnic, Ofa. Dr. MODUPE ABOYADE has been engaged as an interviewer for higher institutions in Nigeria during selection processes. Some of the previous workplaces and positions are 1. School librarian at the Government Day Secondary School, Jaji, Kaduna State, 1983 to 1987. A librarian at the Agriculture, Ibadan, in the year 1991 to 1992, a theological librarian at the Emmanuel College of Theology, Samonda, Ibadan. 1994 to 2000, a medical librarian at the LAUTECH Teaching Hospital, Osogbo, 2001 to 2011, the head of department, Library and Information Science, Federal Polytechnic, Ede, 2011 to 2019, the University Librarian, LAUTECH, Ogbomoso, 2019 to 2024, and currently the University Librarian, Ekiti State University. Can we celebrate her, please? At the professional level, she has been treasurer, Nigerian Library Association, 2011 to 2017, chairperson, Nigerian Library Association, 2017 to 2020. During the period, NLA Osun State was brought to national reputation. Member, Academic Board of the Federal Polytechnic, 2013 to 2019, head of Department of Library and Information, Federal Polytechnic, 2013 to 2019, member, Committee on the Operational Modalities of Staff School, Federal Polytechnic, member, Federal Polytechnic, Institutional Journal, member, Federal Polytechnic, Convocation Committee, member, Academic Board of the Federal Polytechnic, chairperson, Academic Board Welfare Committee, and chairperson, Research and Publication Committee, School of Business Studies, Federal Polytechnic, She rose through the rank from a library attendant to the Senate of her career, both at the administrative and institutional levels, to become a chief lecturer at the Federal Polytechnic and University Librarian. Dr. MODUPE ABOYADE was appointed on May 1, 2019 as the first female university librarian in the Ladoke Akitola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, where she served conscientiously, dedicatedly, and meritorious for over 5 years. She became the first female member of LAUTECH Management Committee after 30 years of LAUTECH existence. Also, she was the first university librarian in LAUTECH to be instructed as a fellow of the Nigerian Library Association, the most prestigious award for qualified librarian in Nigeria. As a result of her expertise, Dr. Mrs. Aboyade built many libraries from the scratch. These include 1. The Ibadan South Anglican Diocese, Udesi, Theological Library under the late Bishop Ajetimobi, 1999 to 2003, the Emmanuel College of Theology, Ultramodern Library Complex, Samonda, Ibadan, and the Ladoke Akitola University of Technology, Teaching Hospital Library, Osogbo. In addition, she was a pioneer medical librarian, the Ladoke Akitola University of Technology, Teaching Hospital Library, Osogbo, the year 2001 to 2011, and the head of department, Library and Information Science Department at the Federal Polytechnic, 2013 to 2019. Dr. Mr. Aboyade is a member of several professional bodies, which include Nigerian Library Association, Osun State Chapter of NLA. She served as Osun NLA chairperson from 2017 to 2020. The first chairperson, Association of Women Librarians in Nigeria, Osun State Chapter, Librarians Registration Council of Nigeria, Cataloging, Classification and Indexing Association of Nigeria, National Association of Library and Information Science, Educator, Academic Staff Union of Polytechnic, ASO, Association of University Librarians in Nigeria. Can we celebrate Dr. MODUPE, please? Dr. MODUPE Aboyade was celebrated with several awards, like an award of excellence in educational service in the year 2025, in the International Women's Day Conference in Abuja. Award of Meritorious Service by the Ekiti State University Health Center in April 2025. She was equally given another award of Meritorious Service as a woman of substance in the Library and Information Professional by the International Women's Day organizers in Abuja on the 11th April 2025. Please let's celebrate her. Dr. Mrs. Aboyade is an attitude mentor, always ready to build meaningful partnership with stakeholders, and a leader who cares deeply for the welfare of her fellow man. Her relationship with staff transcends both subordinate relationship. Her exit from the Ladoke University of Technology was highly appreciated and celebrated by the Government Council, management and staff and students of the university due to tremendous progress recorded during her over tenure as the first female librarian in Lautech, Ogbomoso. Our Department of Library and Information Science evolved in Ladoke University of Technology, Ogbomoso through efforts. Our tenure equally produced 3 female university librarians from the same institution, the same university at the same time and a month. This is a rare occurrence and a special grace. Dr. Aboyade, who is a forward-thinking leader with strong interpersonal and organizational skills, is academically sound, morally upright, highly educated, just, and emotionally stable. She is currently being employed into the services of the Ekiti State University, ADUKE, as the 5th substantive and first female university librarian in Ekiti State University. Dr. Mrs. MODUPE is married to Dr. Wahab Aboyade, a veteran librarian, and the union is blessed with a life with joy children. Join me, distinguished audience, as I welcome Dr. Mrs. Aboyade to present our inaugural.
Let's appreciate her. With the kind permission, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with the kind permission of the standing in for the rector, Dr. Muftau Akurede Diallo, may I now invite to the podium the registrar and extension secretaries of the Government Council, Alhaji S.A. Rafiu, for the commencement of the lectures proper.
Mr. Letosa, Engineer Dr. Sani Manjaya, FSSE, FNLA, represented by Dr. Muftau Sayolu, the Polytechnic Librarian. It is with great honor and privilege that I invite Dr. Mrs. MODUPE Aboyade, FNLA, to present the 19th inaugural lecture of the Federal Polytechnic.
Put it on the floor. Let's put it on the floor.
Well, what can you do with that? Come.
Director, Engineer Dr. Sani Manyaya, FNLA, Fellow of the Institute of Electrical Electronics Engineering and Essential, Deputy Rectors, Academic and Admin, the Registrar, the Bursar, the Polytechnic Librarian, the Dean School of Communication and Information Science, Deans of other schools, Head of Department, Data and Information Science, referred academic and professional colleagues, spiritual and royal fathers here present, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, great Nigerian students, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to have the position of the representative of the rector to present this lecture. Thank you, sir. Preamble. With all sense of humility and gratitude to the Almighty God, I stand here today to present the 19th inaugural lecture in the Federal Polytechnic Academy. I acknowledge my being a product of grace and mercy of the Almighty, who made me strong and healthy to stand before you this day. I give glory to God El Shaddai, because as daunting as the crossway was in my family life, my mother, of blessed memory, summoned up courage to give me education up to secondary school level with dogged determination. I am elated and fulfilled to stand before this august body to let you know about my academic journey and passion for education and her full part to contribute to learning and expand the frontiers of knowledge. For a successful education, therefore, there must always be certain freshness in knowledge. As a librarian, I am resolute to add the freshness to learners and point learners' attention to how to see and make use of the librarian as the third leg of the tripod. Concept of education. Education is a fundamental human right and a key driver to personal, social, and economic development. It is essential for the exercise of all other human rights and plays a vital role in personal development, social inclusion, and economic growth. The right to education is enshrined in multiple international legal instruments, which affirm that all individuals, regardless of gender, ethnicity, religion, disability, or economic background, is entitled to quality education. This makes education to be seen as more than a privilege. Rather, it is a right. Hence, government, organizations, and communities have a responsibility to ensure that all people, especially the marginalized and the vulnerable, have access to free, quality, and inclusive education. As said by Fafunwa, 1974, education is one gift to its younger ones, which makes them to develop attitudes, abilities, skills, and other behaviors, which are of positive value to the society in which they live. To me, Bakai, Amok 2018, learning at home, school, college, or university. It is exclusively used for the development of human beings in the cognitive, affective, and psychoproductive domains. Mr. Rector, sir, permit me at this juncture to draw inference from the late stage, Chief Jeremiah Babalola Awolowo's philosophy on education and society training. Awolowo, who was a politician and advocate for social reform, believed that education is the most powerful tool for child training, liberating individuals and the nation. He championed free and compulsory education because he saw every child, rich or poor, as deserving equal opportunity to develop their abilities. To Awolowo, true education must shape minds, build character, and prepare children to become responsible citizens. Awolowo emphasized that investing in children's education is the greatest investment any nation can give to its citizens to secure their future. He also stressed the joint responsibility of government, individuals, parents, community in nurturing disciplined, knowledgeable, and morally grounded children. In one of the quotes on education, Awolowo said, "A child you refuse to train will never let your children have peace." Obafemi Awolowo, 1957. Judging from what is happening in Nigeria today, you will all agree with me that he was a prophet. Educational requirement of the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution marks a fundamental shift from how the world operates and is driven by rapid development in technologies such as artificial intelligence, robotics, biotechnology, and the Internet of Things. These innovations are not only transforming industries, but are also having profound effects on the educational system globally. Olajokun 2025. As societies face unprecedented and unannounced changes, the demand for an educational system that can adequately prepare students for the challenges of the fourth industrial revolution has never been more urgent than now. Education system, therefore, must evolve to foster the skills required to succeed in a world characterized by constant technological innovation. Schwab, 2017. Sustainable education in Nigeria. Sustainable education is in thing now. It is significant and essential because it prepares individuals to understand, address, and solve the social, economic, and environmental challenges of today and the future. It promotes evaluative thinking, responsible decision-making, and a deeper awareness of how our nation impacts the world around us by equipping learners with the knowledge, values, and skills needed for sustainable living. It builds resilient communities, supports long-term development, and ensures that the future generations can thrive. In essence, sustainable education shapes informed citizens who can contribute meaningfully to a more just, peaceful, and environmentally balanced world. Thus, educational reforms are requisite to meet the demands of the rapidly changing global landscape. At the end of 2011, the traditional educational model, which historically focused on knowledge transfer through memorization and rote learning, is inadequate for the fourth industrial revolution. So, curricula need to be redesigned to emphasize skills such as reasoning thinking, creativity, problem solving, and adaptability that are all essential for navigating the complexities of a technology-driven world. Schwab, 2017. The realization of the various benefits today around the world, access to education has improved significantly over the past decades, but challenges persist in terms of quality, equity, and relevance. The quality of education remains a major concern. To address urgent global challenges and promote prosperity, peace, and environmental protection, by the year 2030, Sustainable Development Goal 4 was formulated as one of the 17 development goals. This policy emphasizes quality education for all. It is also one of the Sustainable Development Goals adopted by all United Nations member states in 2015. A part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. It ensures inclusive education and promotes lifelong opportunity for all. See Figure 2. Though today, Africa has not achieved the Sustainable Development Goal, but it has laid important foundations. With accelerated action, regional cooperation, and sustainable global support, significant improvement is still possible before 2030. As depicted in Figure 3, these African countries are listed among the performing countries, helping their citizens to achieve learning outcomes. Their ratings up to on a scale of about 70 points compare Africa educational system among global peers. Seychelles, that was listed as topmost in Africa, ranked 43rd globally with about 70 points. South Africa, Mauritius, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Gabon, Sao Tome and Principe, Tunisia, Algeria, and Egypt all scoring between 52.7 and 61.4 points globally. It is, however, disheartening that Nigeria does not have a good educational standing, even in Africa. Even in African ranking, despite being addressed as the giant of Africa. State of education in Nigeria. Nigeria's education sector can be categorized as one of those on the average level in Africa, despite the country's vast natural resources. According to the United Nations Child Education Fund, UNICEF, 10.5 million Nigerian children aged 5 to 14 are out of school, making Nigeria one of the countries with the highest number of school children. Ilono 2025, while efforts have been made to address these issues, progress is slow and the quality of education remains a concern. In Nigeria, for example, challenges of quality education cited by ABOYADE 2025 include that of poverty, disease, hunger, cosmetic surgery in learning, policies of assault, illiteracy, and general underdevelopment. Recently in Nigeria, high level of insecurity, including kidnapping, terrorism, Boko Haram insurgency, communal clashes, political factors, international influence, brain drain, reduction of private investment education, and so many other social vices have negatively impacted education by causing abroad school closures, fear, apprehension, low attendance at school, destruction of infrastructure, waste of learners' time, and a decline in knowledge quality. This has resulted in a loss of manpower, internal displacement of learners, and discouragement of educational pursuits, threatening the quality and standard of education in the country. The issue requires a comprehensive approach involving government and community stakeholders to ensure a secure environment for learning to thrive. Mr. Rector, sir. The librarian, as a critical stakeholder in the education industry, must therefore play a vital role in strengthening education in Nigeria by providing access to reliable information, promoting reading culture, and supporting lifelong learning through well-organized resources provision, assurance of accessibility, digital literacy training, and research support. For good results, librarians must help students and teachers improve learning outcomes. They also must bridge the gap in education inequality by offering inclusive spaces, guiding learners of credible information use, and advocating for knowledge-based development. The state of the library in Nigeria today, topical issues. Director, sir. Coming back to my constituency, the library. In Nigeria today, the current state of education and the library conspicuously exhibit failures of educational development in Nigeria. For instance, it is disheartening that the Nigerian government could not complete the National Library of Nigeria for 43 years. In the developed nations of the world, citing examples of Library of Congress and in the United States and libraries in Singapore, these countries have signaled their readiness to invest seriously in education. This is practically feasible through valuable library services, gigantic infrastructure, modern facilities, excellent equipment, and provision of repository of books. Their libraries contain manuscripts, rare and archival materials that connect cultural heritage. Production programs, critical ideas and paradigms, historical documentation, and national memories. These were done in realization of the vital role of education in national development, especially countries that are short of mineral resources. For instance, in Singapore, as a country, Singapore depends heavily on human capital development to develop their country. Hence, Liberia in such countries plays a fundamental role in education, in the educational process, especially when talking about positive learning outcomes. They ensure that education goes beyond the four walls of the classroom teaching to produce lifelong independent learning. In view of the foregoing, the problems associated with learning and learning outcomes in Nigeria were of great concern to stakeholders in the education industry, organizations, non-governmental organizations, and personalities like the wife of the Nigerian president, Her Excellency, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and the inaugural lecturer. As a concerned librarian and a library administrator, I went on an educational tour to Ghana Business School, Lagos, in 2012, University of London, January 2014, Cambridge University, 2014, University of Ghana, Accra, 2017. University of Manchester, January 2023. Bradford University, UK, 2023. The Hebrew University of Jerusalem, Israel, in 2023. And Singapore Management University, Asia, in 2025. While in these higher institutional libraries, I understudied their library services and administration, taught their libraries, learned about research, partnership, international collaborations, and community building, C+2 and 3. This exposure has had impact in my professional life, thanks to the sponsoring bodies. On the part of the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Remi Tinubu, she shunned birthday funfair. Instead, she appealed to personalities in Nigeria and abroad to contribute to the completion of the National Library in Nigeria. Her appeal generated a beautiful sum of 25 billion naira. Her Excellency equally traveled to Doha, Qatar, in October 2025 to explore partnership for strengthening Nigerian educational infrastructure and to seek support for reforms aimed at Nigerian educational engagement. The both experiences is hoped to be replicated in Nigeria. When the both plans succeed, Nigeria will gain educational reforms that support lifelong learning and redefined education. This is so grand, noble, and laudable. This demonstrated an unusual interest in academic excellence, scholarship, research, and innovation. It shows a powerful spotlight in the importance of knowledge acquisition, literacy, and need for intellectual growth. What is learning? Learning refers to the process through which individuals acquire knowledge, skill, value, and attitudes through formal education, informal exposure, and practical experiences. It takes place in the school, in the community, and workplaces, and every day. However, the quality and effectiveness of learning often vary due to differences in resources, teacher training, infrastructure, and socio-economic factors. The concept of learning, according to 2012, connotes the process of acquiring understanding, knowledge, behavior, skill, value, attitude, and preferences. Man, being a social being, relates and interacts with his environment on a daily basis, and in the process, learning involves. Learning therefore can be described as an attribute of man. Beglar, 2025. In any teaching process, learning should bring about outcomes because learning focuses on what the instructor intends to teach or cover in a learning process, while learning outcomes focus on what the learner is able to do or demonstrate as a result of such instruction. Learning outcomes are therefore the measurable knowledge, skills, attitude, and competencies that learners are expected to gain after instruction. Mr. Rector, sir, we are all gathered here because we have had successful learning that is anchored on clear outcomes, which resulted in strong academic achievement in our various fields of knowledge endeavors. When learning is guided by well-defined outcomes, it promotes higher academic performance and fosters a culture of excellence and honor. Learning in the era of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, which has been around for decades, is a field of computer science and technology that focuses on creating machines, systems, and software programs capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence. It is designed to stimulate or replicate human cognition and situation. Now, anyone can access programs like GPT, which is capable of having text-based conversation with users. Even many organizations are using AI for several purposes in the contemporary world. Using artificial intelligence in learning will prepare learners for a productive living and a beneficial society. Specifically, users will be able to achieve academic excellence, develop socially and emotionally, stay in positive relationships, grow personally, become active citizens. The concept of the library in a learning environment. As a matter of necessity, the library is an indispensable concept of an academic institution. As pointed by ABOYADE and ABOYADE 2017, the aim of the library is basically to complement teaching, learning, and research activities of the academic community. Consequently, if the user community have adequate knowledge of the usefulness of the library identification and incorporate its use in their studies and curriculum at all levels of education, it will go a long way in solving the problems affecting poor academic performance in Nigerian society. See Figure 4. However, as much as the advantages of libraries are in educating the citizens, the users of libraries in our institutions are bedeviled with a number of issues. Topmost of the problems associated with libraries are cyber security, apathy on library use, and library in my pocket syndrome. This monster of overdependence on technology has affected everyone in the education enterprise, especially the students. Millions of naira are provided by government to provide educational materials to libraries, but you can't far away from these materials in the name of dependence on information found on the internet and generation of information from the use of artificial intelligence. However, the internet cannot replace the library if learners must think critically to solve society and personal problems. Who are librarians that learners are mindful of? Learners are very important to librarians because they are our customers and information is our commodity. The learner is someone who is actively acquiring knowledge, skills, understanding through study, experience, or teaching in a typical learning environment. A learner is any person who is learning something, regardless of age, level, or method. See plate 7, plate 8, and plate 9. Learners come to the library space to study and learn using men and material resources made for such. To sample, Imran and Akabi 2022, a learned person could be able to develop advanced thinking skills, enhance problem-solving abilities, boost confidence, foster a love for learning, and apply what has been learned to solve problems faced in life. But what are the librarians' roles in learning spaces? Mr. Rector, sir, the importance of librarians in information service providers in learning cannot be overemphasized. I would elaborate on this one by likening the role of librarians in education to a tree planted, grown, and well-nourished and rooted to produce profitable fruit. A tree serves as a shelter under which people can stay or have fresh air and feel comfortable. It is universally undisputed fact that learning starts from cradle to grave. Therefore, librarians as learning enhancers are critical stakeholders in teaching and learning. They are professionals responsible for managing, maintaining, and providing access to information resources to support dignified education. Librarians in the Federal Polytechnic to contribute productively to educational growth, expansion, and advancement in the country. The management of the Federal Polytechnic considers the need to have librarians not only in the Polytechnic Library but also in the department. The foundation for the formation of the Department of Library Science was laid by the late Mr. Shegun Ajileye, aka GOC. Mr. M. Joseph and other prominent staffers of the Polytechnic. Since the formation of the department in the year 2010, it has significantly contributed to national development by educating and training information professionals who are essential for effective library service. I am a proud product and a significant part of this knowledge production acquisition workforce. As a relevant and important stakeholder in the education industry, staffers of the department have been able to reinforce, elevate, strengthen, and uplift education in Nigeria using professional models. My contribution to knowledge. Rector, sir, through experimental and theoretical research, as well as commissioned work and the design of intervention framework, I have consistently advocated for the need to promote learning in this nation. In my teachings, practices, shared experiences, and several publications, I have tried to address rising issues within our society, academia, and the larger world, with contributions and findings that can move our field forward. Consequently, having Achieving learning outcome is the crux of this inaugural lecture, and it is in it my interest and passion lies. Equally, effective change is my passion. Thus, I have the following research work extracted from over 50 publications categorized into 4 major areas as evidence of my scholarship. 1. My contribution to knowledge in the area of independent research. A notable contribution was made to humanity through the first research grant awarded me by the federal government of Nigeria to carry out an independent research in the field of library and information science in the year 2014. The research work titled Engineering Students Use of Research Databases in Federal Polytechnic Research West Nigeria, Computer Literacy Skills as Predictor. The study thematic area was in the field of engineering, where I researched into possible means of improving the academic performance of engineering students in the Federal Polytechnic Research West Nigeria through the acquisition of computer literacy. The research project equally investigated the availability, accessibility, and use of research academic resources among engineering students, with a focus on identifying usage patterns, challenges faced, and the impact of research resources on their learning outcomes. The research reported that the level of computer literacy skills among the students was impressively high. This was influenced by the provision of an access to databases in the Polytechnic libraries. Therefore, access and computer literacies were accepted as the connecting rods to the use of the databases in the Federal Polytechnic in Nigeria. The research work was carried out solely by me under the tutelage and supervision of engineer Dr. Joseph Okwetiri, Dean School of Engineering here. He's here seated. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It was successfully executed, completed within the record time frame, submitted and certified by the awarding body, Federal Government of Nigeria. The results, which produced high quality findings with practical relevance, contributed significantly to improving digital resources deployment in libraries and enhancement of academic performance of engineering students. See plate 9. My lecturer is glided in pink. Thank you once again, sir. My contribution to knowledge leveraging on ICT and achieving learning outcomes. Some of the research papers are referenced as listed. ADUKE, ABOYADE, and Ajala, 2012, dealt with a research work on blended learning as an innovative concept, achieving quality and qualitative education. See figure 5. 2. ADUKE, ABOYADE, and ABOYADE 2023 looked into the definitions, principles, and significance of library and information science in big data. These works and many other contributed to policy and practice in teaching and learning by emphasizing the need for capacity building, digital literacy, and institutional support as critical enablers for achieving learning outcomes through ICT incorporation in practice. My contribution to knowledge in the area of contemporary issues, ADUKE 2008, on leveraging on Duhari Windows theory in librarianship, explored the adaptation of the theory to librarian's role as public relations officer to the library user community. The theory was found relevant to librarians as it promotes self-awareness, effective communication, teamwork, and professional development, all of which are essential for quality library and information services necessary for national development. Other research works equally listed and discussed are ABOYADE and Akiniyi 2021. Provided evidence on how to effectively achieve quality learning through research on benefits and contribution of artworks in learning outcomes in the era of resource distribution and access. ABOYADE, ABOYADE, and Ajayi 2025 examined the menace of Oxys in the Nigerian society and its effects on learning outcomes. Oxys, we all know, threatens the integrity of and societal stability. Librarians are thus advised to sue for strong information literacy, logical thinking, and ethical information use and practice. My contribution to knowledge in the area of learning outcomes. Some of the research works documented include ABOYADE, Oyebanji, and Amusha 2014, where inquiries were made into academic learning service delivery in 21st century. ABOYADE, Ajayi, and Amusha 2016. cast a beam on the evaluation, use and access to scientific information in tertiary institutions. ABOYADE 2017 dealt with the need for information managers to use literacy as a device for achieving sustainable educational development goals. MODUPE, ABOYADE and AJAI 2019 examined the challenges militating against postgraduate students' academic performance in leverage on effective learning services. To match the best brains in Nigeria, ABOYADE, MODUPE and AJAI 2022 investigated the implication of learning without adequate resources, and in an effort to contribute to transforming, rejigging, and reviving learning for the fifth industrial revolution in Nigeria. Ogunmodede, Oyetola, Adio, ABOYADE, and Oyebade 2023 reviewed literature on the nature and the importance of library and information science in the learning environment. Mr. Rector, sir, as an active researcher in learning outcomes, it is evident that through advocacy for information literacy, logical reasoning, and feedback-driven instruction, my contribution supports improved teaching efficiency and effectiveness, students' engagement, and academic quality. They have also emphasized the strategic role of the librarian in quality assurance and continuous assessment in ensuring that learning outcomes remains relevant, measurable, and responsive to societal and global needs. In conclusion, Rector, as I stand before to bring this lecture to a close, I believe that true learning can only stand firm when the three legs are in harmony and balance. I'm equally sure that the librarian is the silent stabilizer of the educational tripod, ensuring that learning remains both meaningful and profitable. In this age of information tsunami, artificial intelligence, and information obesity, the librarian's role has evolved beyond consideration to that of navigator and innovator, guiding learners through the maze of information towards reason. To strike a balance in learning, therefore, is to recognize and strengthen this critical leg of the tripod. As we continue to nurture minds and advance scholarship, may we never forget that without the librarian, the structure of learning wobbles. But with the librarian firmly in place, education stands shoulder high, steady and sure. In the Yoruba parlance, it is said that ọmọ tí a kọ́ yóò gbé ilé tí a kọ́ tà, meaning that a child that is not well trained will sell a house well built and tastefully furnished. Recommendation: as a way forward, Mr. Rector, sir, permit me to make the following recommendations. So far, education remains one of the strongest tools for national progress. We can take a cue from well-meaning Nigerians to curb wasteful spending and egocentrism. Equally, window dressing education in Nigeria must stop. 2. Training, upscaling, and rejigging of librarians must be given priority. And all experiences they must reflect in practice. Number 3, there must be synergy and good handshake among the learner, teachers, and librarians to achieve strong learning outcomes academically and spiritually. This will help in fulfilling the call to study to show thyself approved unto God according to the scriptures, and the fulfillment of Chief Obafemi Awolowo's vision for a better Nigeria by prioritizing educational development both in mind, in character, and skill. We secure a just, progressive, prosperous, and egalitarian society. At this point, I would appreciate the First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, for laying a good example. After enlightenment, Rector, sir, you have heard how I impacted, administered, served, supported education in Nigeria so as to produce productive, innovative, creative, and dynamic citizens. The effort is not possible through self-effort. I therefore give all glory and adoration to Almighty God for His divine favor of family. I really appreciate God's special care and love for me and all mine. Although my story is not too sweet, still the Lord is good. Some years back, God made me survive a terrible and pathetic ordeal in this polytechnic. Precisely in the year 2019, I had a premonition that there was going to be a harvest of death. I relayed this to the academic board members, though carelessly on the academic board platform, and the revelation almost cost me my breath. However, the polytechnic rector then, retired Dr. Taiwo Adekolawole Edeokogun, treated the issue with utmost maturity. That saved the situation. We organized prayer sessions, but unfortunately, the revelation came to pass, and Satan came visiting. He stole my happiness and left with my son. Late Dr. Babatunde Akeokereke, who was a medical doctor and a lieutenant in the Nigerian Army. Then, the whole polytechnic was thrown into mourning when he was killed by the deadly Boko Haram insurgents. He was in his camp at Yobe on the 16th of February 2018. My son, I remember you today at this inaugural lecture because you were a diligent and illustrious son to all. Dr. Hamzat Adeokeleke, popularly known as T-Boy, I acknowledge you today as a hero who died for his country, Nigeria. Rest of my beloved son, you fought for your mother in the United States. In his memory, the family and our loved ones are raising an endowment fund to be given to the best graduating students and higher national diploma students in the Department of Library Information Science. The family is giving a total of 500,000. Also, in his honor, 5 copies of a fresh read, a book of honor, produced in my honor. 5 copies of the lecture booklet shall be donated to the Polytechnic here immediately. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to all donors and philanthropists, both at home and in diaspora, for your generous support and unwavering commitment. Your contribution both in kind, prayer, and cash made a remarkable difference, strengthening my capacity to achieve this goal of memorializing my late son and getting this far in enriching the lives of others. Thank you for caring at this hosted time. I want to appreciate the Government Council and Director, Dr. Saniman Yaya, in absentia, and all the past and present principal officers, staff and students of the Federal Polytechnic for this opportunity to deliver the 19th inaugural lecture. Heaven knows today was made for me. Thank you, sir, for making the world know that today is mine. Please permit me to especially appreciate Dr. G.S. Okay, retired. Dr. Okay admitted me to this beautiful fold in 2011. Let me equally appreciate especially Mr. M.P. Joseph, who was the Polytechnic Librarian then. He invited me to join the services of the Federal Polytechnic in this. Dr. Oh, I say thank you. Because you gave back to me standing here before this august body. I say thank you. I immensely appreciate the opportunity given to me by the past and present governors of Osun, Oyo, and Ekiti State respectively. Your Excellencies, I am grateful for the confidence both in ability and capability to contribute my quota to the development of the state, in particular and the nation at large. I hope I have not disappointed you. I am grateful to my late parent, Chief Atolabi Afuya Balogun, and Mama Koko of Ile Youth Compound of Yoruba for giving back to me and helping my achievement. My gratitude also goes to all the Omale Olus in Ogagi, Orago. Please, let's identify you. Orago, Omale Olus. Thank you. The Dadas, the Layemons, Afolayan, Balogun, Solushola. My special tribute goes to all my late brother, late Adasam, my late brothers. The late Adasam Ekayo Dada, the immediate past Olori Ebi of Ile Olus Dynasty, Orago. Mr. Roland Tayo Olushola and Mr. Sheku Balogun, may your souls find peace in eternity. I appreciate the following families. They are removed, the Kolari, the Kadis, the Adeloko, the Lasho, the Sadekaye, Bile Sonu, Solari, and all other relatives. To all my sisters, I say thank you. My special regard to Mr. and Mrs. Adeni. At this point, I want to especially acknowledge my sister's own mother and her spouse, Architect Joel, and Mrs. Bolande Adekaye. My sister, please stand up. Thank you, but you have never moved for one. I appreciate your agape love. God will move. To all my in-laws, like Serge Alaji Prince Oyekan, and Alaji Aroyi, Alaji Tafik Olatubosan family, all the Abayades, and others numerous to mention. I appreciate your unconditional love for me. I am indebted to my primary and secondary school teachers for introducing education to me and for tolerating your classes. A big shout out to all my class and classmates at all level of education. Thank you for being my friend. To all my spiritual fathers and mothers, imams and grandfathers, reverends, fathers, pastors, elders, choristers, entire members of all the churches I've attended. I want to single that First Equa Church, Pakule. They are all here, including my pastor. Thank you for coming. I thank you because when the road was turning, rough, bumpy, and slippery, you prayed for me. I felt the efficacy of your prayers. Thank you. From the depth of my heart, I appreciate Elijah Bideli and Kabati that came here again in the entire family. You supported my education and did your best to make sure I was comfortable, I was strong and courageous. I deeply appreciate the gesture. I appreciate all my new and long-standing friends from all the states of the Federation. God bless you all for being there for me. At this juncture, I thank them and sincere appreciation to the management and staffers of the State University. You are accepting me to serve in the State University. He is a testament to your large heart and accommodating spirit. You go for the best always. I appreciate especially the Pro-Chancellor of the University, and I have my Vice Chancellor here to thank Professor Joseph Babatunde Babakola Ayodele. I have Professor W. Adebayo, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, here to thank Professor M. Owoke, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Development, here to thank the Registrar, Mr. Soluole, here to thank the Boxer, Mrs. K. Odolakita, here to thank the former Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Edele, here to thank. And also all other eminent government council members. The entire management of FESU is here in Eden. I appreciate you, sir. My appreciation goes to all the staff of Ifedayo, Olada for Library, and other friends. They are also here, all students. I want to sincerely appreciate the management and staffers of the Library University of Technology, Ogbomoso. You accepted me to serve in LabTech was a passport to where I am today. Even in the darkest of the moment, you still believed in me. Thank you most sincerely. My appreciation goes to the chairman of council, Professor Dejomande, and the Vice Chancellor, Professor Khalil, and all the serving and past principal officers. I want to thank all the management and servers of Union Osun Teaching Hospital, all the servers of Olusegun Oke Library, and they are all here seated, and the Department of Library and Information Science, which I gave back to. Thank you all. All heads of library and information science schools, all heads of libraries, all servants of the Zaria Oluwasomi Library in Ilefe. I especially extend my appreciation to the following people also for their amazing love and care to me. Professor T. Ebijua, Adefunke Ebijua, Professor Elmo Ipopahe, they are all the assistants. Professor Adeyemi, Professor Mr. Adeyemi, the Chief Imam of EXU, Professor Lojo, and many others, Professor Joawo, Dr. Mrs. Ojawo, all I appreciate all. Thank you all for loving me. I have so many people to mention. Please permit me. I appreciate Dr. Yerokun Alamide Fabumi, Bola Imishola, Kasim, Olukumi Sabani. Thank you for being a friend with me. To all my landlords, my neighbors, my workers and associates, I say God bless. I have the cabinet of my town, the Oloro of Urago Kingdom. His Royal Majesty Oba Johnson Olarewaju Dada, the Queen of Oroland, all chiefs, Prince Toshoda Adamside Ozumu, Mr. Gida and all other ministries. I appreciate and congratulate you, sir. Dupa Elelu has grown. Thank you. Hallelujah. Thank you. I especially recognize all my co-researchers, associate unions, Nigerian Library Association, led by Dr. Umar FNLA. I have my NLA chair, Oyo, Osun, Ekiti State. All of them are here today. Mention must be made of Association of University Librarians in Nigeria. I have the Nawas. Ladies in blue, thank you for coming. Nawas in Lautech, Nawas in Exu. Please, wave your hands. Nawas, thank you for coming. I'm your product. I acknowledge especially my lecturer, Professor Adam Sonuka. He encouraged me to achieve this feat. He supported me with lots of prayers, words of encouragement, and loads of reference material. I want to express my gratitude to the entire workforce of the Federal Polytechnic and my appearance and standing before this august body was made possible by your benevolence. I thank you all for the opportunity of employment and for the release to answer the national call. Immensely appreciate the Polytechnic community for everything you did for me after, before, and during the death of my son. I say thank you to my family members in Ibadan, to my constituency, under the leadership of Dr. Ajayi. I beg down my appreciation for keeping the home front. I appreciate all the entire Federal Protective Library staff, especially Mr. Yele and Alaja Usman. To all my associates in London, Manchester, Ghana, Singapore, and Israel, I owe you lots of gratitude for sharing knowledge. I owe the inaugural lecturer committee of the Federal Polytechnic under the leadership of Dr. Samson and gratitude. Thank you for your effort at making this inaugural lecture a big success. Also, I am indebted to the following people for their contribution toward the honor bestowed on me. I have a book of honor in my honor, and it's a 35 chapters book, and also with over 80 tributes in my honor, shall be dedicated today. I want to appreciate this. Thank you all. The book has added value to my life, my profession, and my family. The personalities are Professor Stella. Professor Stella sent a representative. I thank you for coming. Professor Stella. Hey, praise the Lord. Amen. Thank you. Professor Lucas, Professor Shonu, Dr. Aziz, Mr. Samushan, and to all my lovely children, biological, spiritual, adopted in one way or the other. I thank God for giving you to us. Falake Ayola, Bukola Tosishupo, Obike Olabake, Kehinde Barakati, Dowu, Alaba, and Boluwatife Alabi. Thank you all. At this juncture, I want to thank my husband, Dr. Wahab Akamu Aboyade, the man at the front seat, hoping with only for the comfort of the family of Librarians. My dear husband, thank you for the games. I say thank you once again for releasing me. We have come a long way to achieve this feat. To my wonderful audience, both physical and online, I say thank you all. To all those I could not mention, I'm sorry, time will become my enemy. God will bless you richly and truly. Mr. Rector, sir. This is my story for what I've faced, seen, experienced or feel. I thank God for the Lord is still good to me. I have found that my tomorrow will be better than today. Hence, my belief is slogan, Care Sera Sera. What will be will be. Before I take my leave, I want to sing a song. Batamia Roko Ka. Batamia Roko Ka bi mo ba kàwé ni. Batamia Roko bí bá kàwé ni. Batamia wo ṣẹlẹ̀. Praise the Lord.
Standing ovation, please. Standing ovation. Let's give a standing ovation. Once it, okay, this is Professor Sheikh from the rector. That's all right. Please, with the kind permission of the rector, once again, please be seated and let me do the needful because we have a full house today and it's normal to do the needful with our creme de la creme in our midst. And I have the singular honor and privilege, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to introduce to you the standing in for the chairman, governing council, the Federal Polytechnic Soko Olawale Adewoyi, and a member of the governing council. Please let's appreciate it. Soko Olawale Adewoyi. Likewise, in our midst, we have the Vice Chancellor, Ekiti State University, ADUKE, Professor Joseph B. Ayodele. Please let's appreciate our guy. Kílá ó ti ṣe yí sí òwe Èkìtì kéde, àti rí òkà ń wá òwe Èkìtì kéde. Likewise, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, Professor W.O. Adebayo. Let's appreciate him. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Development, Professor M.O. Okay. And our Kabiyesi, the Oloro of Oroago Kingdom, Kwara State, Ọba Johnson Ọlárẹ̀wájú Dàda, ẹ ṣé Kábíyèsí o, ẹ ṣé Kábíyèsí o, ẹ ṣé Kábíyèsí o, àtìyàwó olórí náà, ẹ ṣé Kábíyèsí o. Let me also appreciate our former acting rector, the person of Engineer Dr. Joseph Olawale Petiori. Please put that together for him. And the immediate past Polytechnic Librarian, the Federal Polytechnic Dr. Rotimi Adesina Ekojobi. Let me also appreciate the presence of former Polytechnic Librarian, a person of I Chief M.B. Joseph. You are welcome. Please let's appreciate you. The Deputy Rector, Academics, Federal Polytechnic Ayede Ogbomoso, Dr. A.O. Ojo. Please put that together forward. Likewise, we have in our midst the Polytechnic Librarian, Federal Polytechnic Ayede Ogbomoso, Dr. S.O. Ogunliyi. Appreciate him. The inaugural lecture committee members under the able leadership of Dr. Together Forum. Likewise, the Chief Lecturers Forum, the Federal Polytechnic Deans of Schools, Directors, Heads of Departments, Ekiti State University staffers, LAUTECH, Ogbomoso staffers, and of course our former Deputy Rector, Administration, Dr. Adewusi. Please, let's appreciate her. Also in our midst, we have University Librarian, from Laute, Ogbomoso, Professor Mrs. Abejuwa Sarah from Ogbomoso, Laute. Please put her together forward. Let me also appreciate the presence of Dr. Mrs. Iyanda, College Librarian, Federal College of Education. Is it Ilaro? Iwo, please, let's appreciate her. You listen to the special announcement before the order of photograph. Immediately after the order of photograph, the following invitees are expected to move straight to the hospitality department of the Federal Polytechnic. One, the Vice Chancellor of Ekiti State University, the DVCs, Kabesi, Oloro of Oru, and Rokindo. All special invitees from LAUTECH and Unilorin, council members, principal officers, academic board members of the Federal Polytechnic. Please, where are your show faces? Dr. Ajayi. If as I'm having from the register is anything, right? Please, where is Professor Taylor, the editor-in-chief? Professor Taylor, please come to the podium. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Standing on all existing protocol, I am the editor-in-chief of the book. About 7 of us edited the book, but as the editor, I cannot refill the book. The referral of the book is here, whom will give just 3 to 5 minutes to refill the book. So I want to quickly, yes. Okay, I want to quickly call on Dr. Amuda to please come and refill the book in 3 minutes. Then we're going to launch. Please, let's appreciate her.
All protocol duly observed. I'm Dr. Mrs. Amda from Federal Polytechnic, ABOYADE. I feel highly honored to stand before you to present a review of the outstanding first written in honor of Dr. Mrs. MODUPE ABOYADE, CLN, FNLA, JP. The first script is titled Library Information Science and Education in Era of Artificial Intelligence. It is both a scholarly milestone and a deeply personal tribute. It reflects the evolution, present realities, and future trajectory of librarianship, information science, and education in an age increasingly shaped by artificial intelligence. The book is published by Grateful Print and Media under the editorial leadership of Professor Adeyinka Tella and his team in process of Professor Adams O.U. Onoka, Dr. N.T. Bashono, Dr. G.O. Adigo, Bolaji David Oladoku, Dr. Adeoye Aziz, and Blessing Babawale Amusho. The volume comprises 35 chapters that collectively document intellectual rigor, interdisciplinary engagement, and professional excellence. At the same time, it celebrates the life, career, and enduring legacy of Dr. MODUPE ABOYADE, whose influence spans academia, professional practice, mentorship, and public service. The first script tells two intertwined stories. The first is intellectual, articulated through robust scholarship that interrogates the role of AI and digital technologies in reshaping library services, education, and research and information systems. The second is personal, as it reflects gratitude for a life devoted to a knowledge, service, and the upliftment of others. The diversity of contributors and perspectives mirror the breadth of Dr. Aboyade's impact, making the book a lasting record of appreciation and relevance in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. The book comprises of 6 major themes. A dominant theme across the chapter is the transformative role of AI, artificial intelligence, in libraries, education, and information services. Early chapters establish a strong conceptual and practical foundation, demonstrating how generative AI, chatbots, virtual tutors, data analysis, and smart technologies are reshaping academic libraries and virtual learning environments. These chapters emphasize that AI is no longer optional, but central to enhancing access, efficiency, innovation, and user-centered services. Several chapters focus on AI literacy, curriculum reform, practical exposure, staff capacity, and infrastructure. These findings reinforce the urgent need for comprehensive curriculum design, faculty development, and strategic partnerships with industry to ensure graduates are globally competitive and professionally relevant. A significant portion of the first script is devoted to reference services and information literacy in the IAI era. Multiple chapters examine how AI is redefining reference tasks through smart chatbots, virtual assistants, and hybrid for librarians. The chapters emphasize the irreplaceable value of human expertise, ethical judgment, empathy, and professional mediation. The book highlights information literacy as a foundational skill for both users and professionals. Chapters addressing digital literacy among librarians and students demonstrate strong links between digital competencies, research effectiveness, and academic productivity. These contributions argue persuasively that investment in information literacy training are as critical as investment in collections or infrastructure. Without skilled users and professionals, even the most advanced technologies cannot achieve their intended impact. Another focus of the first script is the emergence of smart libraries powered by AI, big data, and machine learning. Case studies from different regions of Nigeria illustrate both opportunities and challenges in adopting smart library models. While such technologies promise efficiency, personalization, and global connectivity, their implementation is constrained by infrastructural limitations, security concerns, funding challenges, and uneven institutional readiness. Chapters on cloud computing computing and digital infrastructure, emphasize the importance of sustainable, scalable solutions for safeguarding library resources and ensuring continuous access. These contributions position libraries as critical hubs in national development, capable of bridging knowledge gaps and supporting socio-economic advancement when adequately supported by policy, funding, and skilled personnel. Then another chapter of the book focuses on tribute and legacy. At its heart, the festival is a profound tribute to Dr. MODUPE, ADUKE, ABOYADE. Dedicated chapters celebrate her life, leadership, mentorship, and service, portraying her as a trailblazer whose work has strengthened institutions, inspired generations, and advanced the LRS profession. Her legacy is presented not only through her achievements, but through the life she touched and the values she embodied: integrity, compassion, and excellence. Please let us appreciate her. In conclusion, the festival accomplishes three remarkable objectives. First, it documents the evolution of library information science and education in the era of artificial intelligence, offering rich empirical and conceptual insights. Second, it honors a distinguished professional whose life and career have profoundly shaped these fields, that is the field of librarianship. Third, it challenges future scholars, educators, and practitioners to innovate responsibly, ethically, and courageously. Through blending of rigorous scholarship with heartfelt tribute, the volume stands as both a roadmap for the future and celebration of enduring legacy. It reminds readers that while technologies will continue to evolve, the true strength of libraries and education lies in human commitment to knowledge, service, and social advancement. Thank you so much for listening.
Let's appreciate Madam once again. Distinguished Mr. Rector, sir, before we draw to this court, permit me to introduce the from Ekiti State University, Mrs. Janet Ojo Badikon. Well, let me also appreciate the presence of the Registrar Ekiti State University, Mr. Ife Oluwole, and the former, please let's appreciate them, former Ekiti State University Librarian, Dr. Francis Fabumi. Likewise, we have in our midst the Nassau chapter of Ekiti State University, executive led by Mr. Otemo. Please let's appreciate him. Immediately after the national pledge, may I now, before the national pledge, please permit me, with the kind permission of the Director, to invite Chief Akoni to unveil the book. Please let's appreciate him. Chief Akoni. Let's appreciate him once again. You have the floor, sir.
We are closing those in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. We are present to copy today. We are present in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Follows immediately outside the XO Babalola. In the interim, it is parting from our God's visitors that at the Federal Polytechnic, our vision to be just, informed, dynamic, disciplined, resourceful institution committed to transforming lives of individuals, producing multi-level technical manpower and advancing technology through ICT, while I remain O.A. Lawal, or better still, Sholan Lawal, Acting Director, Information Protocol and Public Relations. I thank you all. Dr. Okedeji, please join them on stage. Dr. Okedeji, former bursar, Lautech. Dr. Okedeji. Okedeji, please sorry. Please let's appreciate him. Dr. Okedeji. May I also appreciate the presence of the Federal Polytechnic, Federal University of Agriculture, University Librarian, the person of Dr. G.O. ADUKE. Please let's appreciate him. With the kind permission of the rector, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, shall we all rise up for the national pledge of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Chorus, please. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with